Good late morning, 11:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG on this Sunday, September 11th, 2022. I thank you all for tuning in. The more than 13,450 subscribers. It's an honor. It's a privilege. We're going to get back on track. I'm laser focused. We're going to get back on the targets of what I've been trying to do. We're back into the rotation that I want. So XRP, XLM in this update. And the next update, I'm going to do XDC and DGB. And then I need you to comment because tomorrow or today, I am going to either be releasing Algo, IOTA, or HBAR. Back to the ISO release. Got a lot of stuff behind me this last week that I needed to get behind me. So mentally the space is clear enough to where I can continue on this journey that I want to go on. The ISO journey. And we have a saying around here. If you can't get with that, get the fuck out. It's simple. It's easy. Yeah, it's a little vibrant. It's a little aggressive, but it works for us here at this community. If you could share this for me, I would greatly appreciate it, as nobody's getting the notifications. I've gotten your responses. I apologize. There's nothing I can do about that. So, and I seen in the comments, a few people said, can you please include Bitcoin with the updates? Which I will. I will talk about Bitcoin within these updates so we can see where the market setup is. So before we can talk about XRP, we have to talk about what XRP is, or we have to at least learn a little bit about XRP every single day so that we can continue to grow and evolve our understanding of what Ripple is, what XRP is, what RippleNet is, what our blockchain, what are we doing? So Ripple works with financial institutions, regulators, and central banks around the world to develop regulatory frameworks for crypto and blockchain. Learn more about how we approach key blockchain public policy issues that impact cryptocurrency and the global economy. So, policy focus areas, crypto regulations. Ripple collaborates with international governments and standard-setting bodies on regulatory standards to support clear regulatory guidelines that lead to predictable outcomes to help crypto innovation and growth flourish. So, in the next update, we're going to focus more on the crypto regulation spot, but I want to go through a small reading of what all of this is that we can dig into on each and every update so that you can come back, have a rolling history with me, because you're going to have to come back to update after update to understand what's going on. CBDCs. Ripple works with central banks like Bhutan's central bank, the Royal Monetary Authority, RMA, that wish to issue their own digital currency to act as a secure platform for those CBDC transactions. Anti-money laundering. Ripple's regulated subsidiaries are committed to complying with applicable anti-money laundering AML and counter-financing of terrorism CTF laws. Climate change. Ripple is committed to a clean, prosperous, and secure low-carbon future with a plan to reach carbon net zero by 2030. Financial inclusion. We invest in building blockchain and digital asset technology that can accelerate global financial inclusion by transforming how unbanked and underbanked populations access basic financial services. So in my next update, we're going to deep dive into the crypto regulations, and we're going to work our way all the way through all of these key areas. So when you come here, it's going to be more than the charts. You're going to get a basic understanding of what Ripple is, a basic understanding of the regulations, the new central bank digital currencies, and a whole bunch of other things that you need to stay up to date with. Not just that you're buying a cryptocurrency coin. You need to understand what XRP is, what the ISO means, and what the Hyperledger protocol is. So, since we just talked about XRP, I think the best thing we can do is touch on Ripple or XRP chart real quick. At the present moment in the 30-minute time frame, we are still hanging on to the 20-day. We have this small W that looks like it formed, but that's very bearish what's formed right now. We're in a very, very bearish formation here. The fact we fell outside of this key uptrend that started on about September 7th, 8th area, and now we broke down below it. The only key saving grace here is we held this uptrending support right now, which was the pattern breakout resistance that it's trying to use as support at 35.76 roughly. No, 35.12. The problem is if we come back up, and let's just say we come even up to 36 cents, 36.13, but we don't break back into this and over to the top side, this is a rejection point that if you get rejected here on XRP, you not only might come back to 35.23, but if that were to break down, that's a head and shoulders pattern or a topping reversal pattern playing out. And it was a rising channel, and oftentimes the rising channel is a bearish reversal at the top. So consider that. Now, if we were to maintain, you would have to look at an area, because we did finish a cup and handle in here. We're putting in a handle, but is it bullish? We won't know unless it breaks out up over this ascending triangle that was formed a few days ago, or we break down under this key area that is above the pattern breakout. And right now we need to break back below that 35.18 approximately, or 35.13. So that's what I've got on XRP. With Bitcoin, we have this uptrending support line that I created. We've made a heck of a little rise here, but it's still within this ascending triangle on the smaller part of the pattern that you can even show starts around May 30th. And we got this downtrending resistance. Now, to come up here and retest it and hit it again as a rejection point, it's still up around 22,898. And I have this uptrending support that was started right here after this breakdown, because we're still in an extended bear flag. This uptrend was started, and this is where you can stay bullish if you can stay over this uptrend. So right now, as long as Bitcoin comes down, retest, even if it came down, that 20,800 area is a very juicy spot, 21,000 area. So if you're looking at Bitcoin and trying to figure out what's going on, right now, we're within this fan out area. We're fiddling here. We didn't break this key uptrending support yet. And once we break this, that's when you have these parabolic drops. But we did not break it. We haven't even come down to it yet. We still have a little bit of work to do. But in the short time frame, we're within this small pattern right here, which is a small ascending triangle, which is within a much bigger one. So we can't predict what's going to happen until it breaks these levels. What we can do is predict the areas it's going to. That's real technical analysis. Me telling you some bullshit about how it's going to go up to the moon or going down to the floor is irrelevant right now. The only thing that matters is the immediate pattern formation. That's it. And with the futures being closed right now, we can't really do anything until we can see the direction of the markets. So right now it's in a tricky spot. It's more bearish than bullish, obviously. We're in a bear market, so you always have to play things with caution. XLM, we're within a much bigger descending triangle that goes back quite some time, and you can draw it out even farther than I have. But we have a few different levels that are very key. And for XLM, the one thing that's bothering me right now is all these red lines, all these support, resistance. We understand the key area of support, we understand the pattern formation, and we're ranging right now. So I'll only keep on the ones that were relevant like that. So we're in this smaller bear flag that has broken down in a, man, it's been a very long time now if you look at it in the weekly, but let's make this a little easier for the viewing audience and look at it in a 30-minute time frame. We have a support at 11.2 and a resistance at 11.7 within this area, but we're up on a bull flag, and all of these are irrelevant now because what we've created, and I'm going to show you, we've created a cup and handle formation here that if we put it at 11.4 at the top, the very tip, you can see we're trying to make a bullish cup here. And in order to stay bullish, you have to make this cup and then bounce off. And right now, it's not looking terrible. And if you make this bounce, you're going to come up here to about 13 cents, and that would be the top area. Now, if you get cut off here, this is where you have these bearish reversals, and then you break back down because it's a bearish cup and handle, or the handle's bearish. Right now, we can't tell. Right now, it's doing exactly what you want it to do, to be a bullish handle, if I'm being honest. And I went way up to the tip of the wick in the 30-minute. If I don't go up to the wick tip, and we just go up to actually right here where the body is, that's actually creating a bullish handle right now. So be very, very careful if you're going short. But this can also be a trap being set for the market because the futures is not open yet. And now we're going to start learning some about stellar lumens. As I've stated, when we go through the technical analysis now, we're also going to learn a little key facts about each of the coins that I cover, which are ISO coins. Besides DGB, which I cover on the regular, which is in the Internet of Things, but we will also, or I will also, be telling you about that as well within each update on the charts with DGB. One thing I've noticed that I can do a better job of is instead of just doing the charts I can teach you within each update more and more facts about the particular cryptocurrencies, the ISO coins that we so choose and desire. So we're going to start out in the Stellar for FinTech, and we're going to work our way all the way through all of this. Actually, we'll start with Stellar USDC, and we're going to work our way through all of this. No, actually, I changed my mind. We're going to start with Stellar for CBDCs, and then this is going to be a running thing we do. And yeah, this is going to be a minute, so sit back, relax, and after this, I'll show you how to buy XRP without using a VPN and where I buy it. Stellar for CBDCs. A growing number of central banks around the world are exploring the possibility of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and the blah, blah, blah has only accelerated this situation, with lawmakers and regulators even more willing to consider new technologies that could improve the lives of their citizens. While they're focused on increased competition in financial services, greater ease of distributing social benefit payments, or bringing safety and security to the unbanked, central banks are imagining the promise and possibility of CBDCs. Currency issued by sovereign states remain important financial instruments, and issuing them on a blockchain has positive implications for the global monetary system. Stellar was built precisely with this use case in mind. Allow trusted issuers to create digital representations of their assets. Stellar is uniquely suited to CBDCs precisely because it capitalizes on the trust inherent in asset issuers. Though a public blockchain, Stellar does not support mining. Rather, it bases security on two assumptions. First, each issuer wants to ensure the security of its own asset, and therefore can be trusted to provide the canonical truth about that asset. Second, issuers have a strong desire to interoperate with the rest of the world, and hence will not cheat or unilaterally deviate from the rules if doing so would cut them off from the world. Governance power stems from the value of assets in the ledger and participants' desire to remain in sync with the parties who issue and redeem those assets. The interoperability, security, and safety of these assets can be ensured, even without any single entity having control of the underlying infrastructure. In fact, it is because there is no single source of control that the system maintains the necessary protections. The paper is an introduction to the Stellar network and how it can be used for CBDCs. In this white paper, you will learn which features of Stellar are most relevant to asset issuance and therefore to central banks considering CBDCs, how to implement a CBDC on Stellar, highlighting how the key feature would benefit a central bank, and about Stellar's novel consensus algorithm in more detail for readers who want a more. So this I'm going to go through, and I have the white papers, and if you guys follow and ask in the comments, I will go through the white paper step by step, but we have a whole bunch of different categories to go through day by day. And if I see the interest growing for Stellar, if I see the interest growing for getting the information on not just XRP Ripple, not just Stellar or XLM, not just XDC or Fin, or the FinTech. You know, we're talking about more than just DGB and how it's in the Internet of Things or the charts, or when we bring in Algo, IOTA, and HBAR, which I really need you to vote on in the comments. So if you're still with me, that means you care. So if you care, you just might be willing to join Tom's Army or subscribe to the channel. As you can see, it's very hard to get the information out. 234 views in 2 hours, as nobody's getting the notifications. But don't worry, because after 24 hours or so, everybody's seeing the updates. But the problem is my updates are very important when they come out. So if you could do me a favor and help me, because it's not just me, it's across the board. For whatever reason, the notifications aren't working like they used to, even at the rate they were. And nobody's seeing my updates when they come out. And I've been told it's taking hours and hours just to see my updates even show up on YouTube, which is fine. I don't mind only having 300 and 400 views a video, as long as it's the 300 and 400 views of the right people. If you want to see my updates, I appreciate it. I embrace you, and I love you to death, because without you, I could not do what I do. I never thought I'd be here. Never thought I'd be doing this way. So I can't thank you enough. So if you want to join Tom's Army, join Tom's Army. Click on that link. It's $9.99 a month. It helps support the show, helps pay it forward, and allows me to do what I do each and every day. And then if you want to join me over on BitGet, you click that link. It's the #1 copy trading platform in the world. Side note. But you don't need a VPN to trade XRP. And the reason why I do it is there's no fees to trade spot XRP. So when you buy XRP like on Uphold, it costs me, if I was spending $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, it could be cost $100, $200 to buy those, even $50 on a $1,000 purchase on Uphold. So what I started doing is I'll buy it on BitGet now. And then when the time comes when I want to send it over, I'll just send it back to Uphold and file the XRP ledger. And I can send it from BitGet to Uphold, and I've got my XRP, my added XRP. I even sent my XRP from Uphold, sent it to BitGet, and went into a staking pool, which got released already today. And I made like 15 or 18 free XRP. Nothing spectacular, but it's free XRP just for my 2,500 plus that I had sitting there. So consider that. I'm trying to give you guys very, very key facts and easier ways to buy XRP, not to blow your money. And why buy XRP on Uphold if you can just buy it on BitGet? To buy XRP, you don't even need to KYC. You don't need a VPN in the USA either. So you can literally buy it on there. Use your Google Authenticator or whatever for a second form of, for the 2FA, since you're not going to verify if you don't want to verify. Buy the XRP off of BitGet and send it over to Uphold or your native exchange. There's no spot trading fee on XRP right now. I don't know how long that's going to last, but that is something spectacular. Hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag but assassins.